Hey guys, this is Hybrid. Before we begin, I just want to say vote down below on the poll. That poll is essentially going to be how we determine what matchup we're going to do, because if you don't know what we did, we let the fans choose a matchup that we could do, and we let them choose it, and now you get to vote on which one we'll do. So do that. It's open until the Friday of this week. It's now the 18th of February, so keep that in mind. Therefore, please vote and watch this video. Thanks. Hey guys, this is Hybrid. As you can see, this is a new show called Character Bios, Episode 1 with Superboy. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've noticed recently through some comments, especially on Comic Book Versus, that a lot of you don't know about some characters that aren't like popularized on the front page of different publishers, such as like Batman, Superman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, basically anyone in the Justice League, Green Arrow, all of them, they're well known. With Marvel, it'd be like Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Spider-Man, Punisher, I'd even say probably. Those characters, well known for Marvel. Then like Hellboy, Big Head, who if you don't know who that is, that's actually The Mask, the movie that Jim Carrey was in. That's a comic book movie. The character's name is Big Head though. That's Dark Horse. Then like Shonen Goku, Son Goku, Naruto Uzumaki, Monkey D. Luffy. Those are all Shonen Jump, or I guess the Japanese mangas. So all those are well-known characters, but then there's more characters that are kind of well-known to a degree. Like, I say for DC, this one, for example, Superboy. A lot of people know pre-New 52, but this is the New 52 version. It's a bit different. Then there's characters like Swamp Thing that's just getting popular. There are characters like Red Robin. People don't know that much about him, or at least all they know is he used to be Robin, things like that. There's Shazam, who's just finally getting a lot of popularity. Thank goodness, because I love Shazam. Then there's, on the Marvel side of things, there's characters such as, there's the Hulk's son, Scar. There is a few minor characters, like Luke Cage. I'd say he's kind of known, but not that well known. There's 1,000 Hulks, by the way, so I'm not going to go down the line of all the Hulks. Then there's a lot of mutants in the X-Men a lot of people don't know about. There's a lot of Ultimate Universe characters that are pretty interesting and unique to that universe, like Miles Morales. A lot of people don't know about Miles Morales except for the people that read the Ultimate Universe. So that's what the show is about. The show is about basically telling you like about these characters, like their powers, equipment they have, weaknesses, things that would get you interested in reading more about them. So feel free to put a request down below, and without further ado, let's begin with Superboy. So his real name is Kon-El. El obviously comes from the fact that he is a clone of Superman and another human donor. We don't know in the New 52 who that is, except for it's been strongly suggested it's Lex Luthor, which most likely it is due to pre-New 52, the human donor was Lex Luthor as well. So that makes a pretty interesting combination. I really do like his suit. I have touched it up a little bit in Photoshop to really bring out the red more, so to speak. So that might be why the red looks a little odd to you on the costume. And also the Kon, it's Kryptonian for abomination. We learned that in one of the Superboy issues when he meets Supergirl, and Supergirl tells him that because in the New 52 version, the destruction of Krypton was largely due to clones, and I guess Kryptonians, they use clones kind of like slaves that do like menial tasks and things like that, and then they revolted. So that was a huge part of the destruction of Krypton. Therefore, clones like Superboy are considered abominations, especially clones like Superboy, who's half Kryptonian. So that's considered, I guess, highly disrespectful. At least according to people like Hell, he's like, this is horrible. It's not only a clone, but a clone half human and half Kryptonian DNA. So this is where it gets interesting. Now, a lot of people know Superboy now from Young Justice, and he's basically Superman without flight. This is not the case with the New 52 version because they have heavily put his powers based on tactile telekinesis, which is very similar to regular telekinesis except for its contact. And he also has superhuman physical abilities. Now, before I get to that, let me just quickly tell you about his origins in the New 52. So he was created by an organization called Nowhere, ran by a figure known as Harvest. It's very interesting storyline, actually, if you would read it and you get past the dialogue from Scott Lobdell. It could make a pretty good storyline, a pretty good movie, in fact, too. Or for a show like Young Justice or a show like Teen Titans, it would make a great arc for like a good season, half season, whatever. So he's created by Nowhere to be the ultimate weapon, and he's a clone of, like I said earlier, Kryptonian and human DNA. Now, over time, they trained him using virtual reality things, but his first real mission was to capture the girl, which in the process, fighting in New York against her, the Teen Titans were formed, and he ended up fighting the Teen Titans. And then from there, he kind of got sick of being used by Nowhere and left Nowhere. So that's his basic origins. Obviously, more happens down the road, but that's why I want you to read his comic, even though it's sadly written by Scott Lobdell. Just if you want to know more, that's where you'll find it. And I'll just go back to his powers. So tactile-telekinesis, it can be defined as mental movement of an object of solid matter via contact with the solid matter. So I put two pictures here. The first one, it shows like a weird kind of red aura-like thing around his head. That's what they've used now in the comics to really show that he's using his powers. And because his powers are obviously mentally based. Then the second picture is him, and he destroyed a billion-dollar alien base. He lost control of his powers one time, and he just destroyed it all. So that's the basically remains of the building after he finished. And then if you want to know how fast his powers are, like what they're able to do, it moves at the speed of thought. So that's pretty fast. And to give you a sense of that, when he was fighting the Teen Titans, he actually, when Kid Flash was attacking him, once Kid Flash came in contact with them, he made Kid Flash move so fast that it was even too fast for him and actually made his body unstable, which is why Kid Flash now wears the suit he wears to keep his molecules aligned and himself stable. So it's actually pretty cool powers. It's very overpowered, honestly, especially when you combine the fact that he has Kryptonian abilities as well, really, even though they're much more nerfed down. He's still naturally superhumanly durable, strong, etc. Then we go to another thing he can do with this tactile telekinesis, which is kind of sense around. Use it as a sixth sense, so to speak. So as you see here in these two panels, he touches a wall, and from there he can sense every person in the whole building. So that's pretty cool. Then we go to his physical abilities. This is just him lifting a few tons, and it's, if you look at the dialogue that the person's talking, it says he's pressing over 3 tons, and that's not even the maximum amount he can press. It was just the maximum amount they had in the facility that they happened to be in at that time. So that's pretty interesting to note. He is naturally strong, and that has been shown to increase over time, actually. So in due time, he could theoretically be the ultimate weapon, because take out his tactile telekinesis, and he's still practically Superman, just a little bit weaker. So that's very interesting. And now we get to his weaknesses. Now, he has quite a few, actually, and it was first exploited by Red Robin, because Red Robin realized his powers are mind-based. And at the time, because he was, this is a while after he got cloned, like not too long, but relatively recent. So he wasn't that strong, that fast, without his tactile telekinesis. So essentially, Red Robin beat Superboy up by distracting him, because without focus, he can't use his tactile telekinesis. So that's one of his weaknesses. Also, kryptonite, magic, obviously, because he's a clone of Superman. And then powerful opponents obviously can destroy him too. Like if you're very, very strong and durable, fast, all those things, you could take down Superboy. Now the two panels I have here, though, it's Rose Wilson, who stabbed Superboy by distracting him in one issue, of Superboy. As you see, her sword went through him. And then in the second one, it's more recent, from Hell on Earth, where Kon-El basically is messing around with Superboy's genetic code because he finds the anomaly of having half Kryptonian, half human DNA, and obviously he sees it as an abomination. So there's that, and that pretty much wraps this up of character bios with Superboy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I already have the next one planned out. It's a cult favorite, so that will be interesting to do. It's another red character, not Red Robin. It's DC though, so guess who's red, who has a cult following, and you'll guess the next one. And I'm gonna be doing this in between comic book verses. So I'll probably do 10 to 12 of these, maybe 15. It depends on the viewership. Like, this is like the pilot, so to speak. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Hybrid. Please subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll see you guys later.